All right, and the game just got started, so we're expecting to see a scotch from XQC. Do you have any insights on how you think Moist Critical will reply?
I don't actually know. I think Charlie has been maybe looking at the Sicilian defense is my guess, but I don't actually. Okay, plays the E5. Okay, so XUC is going to get his Scotch opening here. I think. Let's watch. Let's see.
All right, and if he does get it, then he will be familiar. So he's probably pretty happy to have seen E5. I think C5 may have put him a bit less in his comfort zone.
Right. I think E5, E4, E5 is what a lot of players like to play. And here we go. We get the Scotch opening. So XUC is very comfortable. I think this is the main opening he's been playing a lot. Okay, now Moist Critical plays Bishop C5, which is not a move that I like here. The system is completely fine at an advanced level. I'm worried about the plans and the process here because when you bring out the bishop like this, it can become very vulnerable right away. So I'm not sure that I like the variational approach here.
No, please don't. And it's too soon. It's too soon, Hikaru. We didn't even reach a climax. You know, when I said it'd be fun to see a checkmate in four earlier, I was joking. It wasn't real. We're listening to Moist Critical right now.
Daniel Naroditsky is a prophet. He said immediately that XQC will likely go with the Scotch Open, and he did. So I had the counterplay, and he immediately blundered. Well, that's got to be a world record. Thanks for the fat 10 gift subs, Pikachu. My is throbbing. Throbbing. What is XQC's chat saying right now?
Okay.
Mhm.
So he's muted now. He's muted now. That was rough. I think he was explaining that Danya prepared him for this opening trap.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is certainly a very basic setup that makes a lot of sense. It's really unfortunate that XUC blundered into it. But I am guessing XUC did not actually look at it ahead of time. So if you aren't familiar with the exact setup or the sequence of moves, you can get in trouble right away. So it was a very unfortunate game for XUC.
Yeah, it seemed like he was just playing the moves that he naturally does pretty quickly without really thinking about what his opponent's plan was. And it's easy
Hmm.
to do that in an opening you're confident with.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's definitely true.
Oh man. Well, so XQC will be in the contenders division, but on one end that's also pretty helpful because he's going to play people more similar to his rating range.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it's very difficult certainly to lose one of your games like this. Obviously, losing like I think was that four moves, one, two, three, four, five, six. It was six moves
Six
instead of
moves,
four
yeah.
moves. But yeah, certainly to lose like this is pretty heartbreaking. But that being said, I think in the bracket, the consolation, XUC will have more chances. He obviously is his third game that he's still playing the group stage against Hutch, which is probably going to be pretty brutal as well. But nonetheless, I think one good thing is that everybody will get to play in a bracket against players at their level instead of say playing against some of the people who are the stronger players. So certainly a very tough day for XQC. But again, there is still quite a bit to look forward to.
Right. And we will be talking to the players pretty soon. But if you kind of had any words as a coach to XQC, or honestly anybody who in a tournament game they have a really bad fall like this, what would it be?
I think the main thing is just you gotta have some sort of approach to study the opening phase, just the first couple of moves. And if you play the first couple of moves and you can get to a position out of the opening where your king gets castled, you're always going to get a game. And so I mean it's very difficult, but I think it's important to spend a little bit of time just studying the opening meta because everybody is trying to study as much as they can.
Yeah, and XQC did have his opening studied, as we mentioned. It does happen. So, moving forward, so Moist Critical, what do you think his chances are looking like against Yasuo?
I mean, I think a lot is going to depend on what he gets at the opening stage of the game. I think certainly, Yasuo is a better player. There is no doubt about that. But if Moist Critical can surprise him in the opening phase, get something where he's a little bit uncomfortable or kind of in a way sort of cheese him a little bit, then there could be a big upset. The one good thing is that in the match between Moist Critical and Yasuo is that it is a winner take all. Since both players are on 3 points, it is the critical match. The winner of that game will move on to the champions bracket. So it's great that in both groups A and B, you do have the final matchup being people having both won one game and the winner it being a winner take all.
Absolutely. And as you actually mentioned earlier, if a game ends really quickly, the accuracy is extremely high. So if Moist
Mhm.
Critical does end up beating Yasuo, then the tie breaks is going to be, the average of the accuracy, and he's going to have a very high accuracy in.
Well, actually, Alexandra, there is no tiebreaker because they're the only two people on 3 points.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like in Group A, you have the two people on 3 points, Foosley and Nate Hill
I
playing.
forgot that
Mhm.
Moist Critical lost his first game.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, Moist Critical lost to Hutch. So Moist Critical and Yasuo are both on 3. So it
Mhm.
is actually winner take all. So it's really exciting that you're going to have that in both Group A and Group B, where both the players on 3 points play, and the winner goes to the champions bracket. So it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for correcting there. And on that note, chat, we will take a quick break so that we can take a look at what Moist Critical is up to, and we'll be back with interviews soon. Thanks so much, everyone. We are joined by Charlie, who streams on Moist Critical. He just beat XQC in an impressive 6-move tactic. Can you tell us the secret to this genius plan?
Oh, well, absolutely, yeah. It's not really a secret. Like, this isn't the Krabby Patty secret formula or anything. We knew this was coming. I've been trained by Daniel Naroditsky. This was inevitable. Whoever matches with me in this tournament, there's just no chance. I have been blessed by the god of chess. Daniel Naroditsky, he's not even a man anymore. He's transcended. He's gone well above human cognitions. He is so far above, and he's bestowed a little of that generosity, a little of that intellect onto me. And you saw it on full display here. Honestly, for XQC's own pride, he should have just resigned the second he saw me on the opposite side of this board.
Wow, those are some bold words. But you know what? Daniel is such an impressive chess player, an incredible teacher as well. I know that he's actually doing it full time now in addition to streaming. So huge shout out to Daniel Naroditsky. Did he predict this move order, or he
Yep.
just showed you the general this move order exactly he showed you?
So yeah, Daniel Naroditsky, he's like the Charles Xavier of chess. He has all kinds of crazy tactics and everything. He knows what's coming. He can read minds. He plugged XQC's like 340 games or whatever pitiful amount he's played. He plugged it into a database and he calculated that he would most likely start with the Scotch Open, which XQC immediately did. And with the Scotch Open, as you saw here, bringing the bishop out early to develop that and threaten on that checkmate was a good idea because of XQC's lack of experience. We were anticipating a blunder, not that quickly, but what we were expecting is he would maybe go for a fork on c7 and tunnel vision for a rook, and I'd still get the checkmate. It just came even quicker than even Daniel predicted.
Yeah, it did seem tricky for him because it's an opening he's played so often, so he's probably playing a little bit quickly here. But you know what? This means that now you are going to go head to head with Yasuo to see who's going to make it into the championship bracket. Any thoughts on that?
I'm not too brushed up on Yasuo's lore here when it comes to chess. All I know is if he's not trained by Daniel Naroditsky, I don't know if he stands a chance. Unless I come in and I'm just out of my mind or maybe just and just not in good shape, I think I should have this one.
Wow, I don't even know how to reply to that one. I will say though that you have made ridiculously quick progress in your chess. So in the last 2 weeks or so, you've gained like 600 elo. Can you tell us more about how you're training? Because I know Danya has helped with lessons, but you've also been putting in some work there.
Yeah, so streaming chess on Twitch is a disaster because the chat doesn't know the game, but they're going to spam in caps lock moves that they think are right. And then for me personally, since I always like to interact with my chat, I think that's the fun of streaming. I'll look at those moves and then for a brief second consider it and be like, this move sucks and explain why. So then I'll just start running out of time and losing games to time. But when I play off stream, I obviously don't have that. I don't have like, my mom over my shoulder giving me moves and I have to insult her or anything. So playing off stream, I just get to focus on like the actual good moves instead of looking at some garbage.
Yeah, that makes sense. And having an actual tournament to compete in is obviously very motivating to study. Do you think after Pogchamps is over, you'll still continue to play?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think at this point, it'd be a disservice to Daniel if I didn't. I need to be his golden student here.
I love that. That's so cool. And Again, I think we mentioned this before, but there's a lot of people who maybe don't know. So you have a huge YouTube channel and you cover a ton of topics, and you did a video on chess drama. I mean, what attracted you to that subject to begin with?
Just watching Hikaru's streams. So when chess started getting big on Twitch, I immediately tuned into Hikaru's streams because I have had a history of like playing chess, enjoying chess, watching it, and all that. So
Hmm.
watching Hikaru, and then he'd talk about chess elitism. Then getting shared on Reddit was things with like Ben Feingold saying, XQC and everyone that's not good at chess is negative talent. And I was like, well, that's pretty silly. And then it just got interested in seeing the chess elitism, dipping my toes into that cesspool, seeing what that was about, and just wanted to talk about it. My channel's always just like, what did I have fun talking about? What do I want to talk about today? And then, of course, the sex toys, which we've already covered.
Yeah, we did cover your sponsorship there.
Mhm.
So again, it's cool. They're supporting your channel. And when you do stream on Twitch, has it been mostly chess recently, or have you been covering other stuff as well?
Well, recently it's been chess. I really wanted to come out here and win this one in particular. I'd like to win the whole tournament, so that's what I've been prepping for. But
Hmm.
this one, I'd be lying if I said wasn't on my mind a lot. I really wanted to just come out here and win this as quick as possible, which I got lucky enough to do today. But typically, when I stream, it's just a ton of different things, whether it's watching some for just chatting, which everyone does. It's not like the most creative thing in the world, but just chatting stuff, playing games, I do a lot, like bad Steam games, games that have less than one player on them. I paid $200 for a one level game. I was the only one in the world, stuff like that.
Well, someone needed to support them. You did a good deed there.
Yeah, it was actually a Bitcoin miner, so I really did support them pretty hard.
Fair enough. And Hikaru, I know you did some chess with Moist Critical on your stream before. Maybe
Mhm.
you can give him some advice. And now he's going to have you and Daniel Naroditsky. So just like the full trifecta here.
Well, if I guess the first question is, do we what color does he have against Yasuo in the final game? I guess was the first thing I was thinking in general.
I am going to pull that up right now. He's going to have
Sure.
the white pieces.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah. I mean, I think Charlie's been well. I think you've been getting a lot of help from Daniel specifically on terms of your wide openings. I remember I saw one of those lessons a couple of days ago. So probably I assume Daniel probably show you something along the same lines of what worked today. Something where you try to win the game very quickly since you're going up against a pretty formidable competitor in your group. And obviously you want to win the whole tournament. So certainly. Just keep on doing what you're doing and just keep working hard. I know you've been putting a lot of hours on many of the days. So just keep doing what you're doing because it seems to be working right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man, and I appreciate that. It's been a long journey getting here. A bit of a rocky return to chess. I was getting absolutely slapped around, especially by one woman named Julianne, who absolutely annihilated me. That still stings, but it's just about improving gradually, and having help like with you and Daniel, of course, is a
Mhm.
real benefit. So I appreciate it.
And before, so you're really looking forward to XQC. Now, who are you looking forward to facing next?
Well, I guess maybe after I win the tournament, maybe looking at to sit over the board with a grandmaster and see how I fare there. I think it could be a pretty close game. I'm riding a lot of momentum right now, so maybe that's what I'm looking forward to. As for the next competitors, I'm not really too worried about it. Should be more easy wins like this, some fat dubskis for the home team.
I love the confidence. It reminds me a little bit about the human guinea pig who had this project where he said he would train chess every day for a month and then try to beat Magnus Carlsen. I don't know if you caught coverage of that.
No, I didn't. How did that go?
I mean,
Didn't go well.
it didn't go well. But he was this guy who was always trying to master skills very quickly in a short period of time. But I mean, you've been talking the talk, but you've been improving really quickly. So like maybe that needs to be your next step.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, absolutely. And this tournament's been a lot of fun, so really appreciate all you guys putting this on.
Yeah, absolutely. Hikaru, anything else you want to
No,
talk
I
about?
think just I like your confidence and good luck going forward. Certainly, I think when I looked at this group at the start, I didn't think you were one of the players who would have a realistic chance of qualifying for the champions bracket. But now you're definitely in it. It's one game, winner take all in your match against Yasuo. So good luck, and looking forward to seeing the next match.
Yeah, thank you, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
luck.
thanks so much for being here, Charlie.
Yep, thanks for having me.